Hey friends, so I'm sure by now you guys are well aware of the World Economic Forum and what their agenda is. And if you don't know what their agenda is, you can just go to their website and they have what they call an interactive wheel, and you can see everything that they hope to have regarding the Great Reset. Now, regarding the Great Reset, I want to put this in context of a biblical worldview. Now, I had showed you in previous videos that I came up with a little map here, and right here it talks about the Revelation 6 seals and all the things that are going to happen. Now, as I was praying, I just felt like the Lord had just dropped this on my lap, and this is what I have. This is the phrase I came up with, that they want the globalists want this great reset to happen so bad, and they have created what they call the Hegelian dialectic, which is problem, reaction, solution. You create the problem, you watch the people's reaction, and then you provide the solution. That way you get what you want. And that's been the demonic, devilish approach all along. It's been a philosophy of man that has worked very well. And I see it playing into how this 7 year tribulation period will start, how the Great Reset will come to be, and how the Antichrist will get his kingdom for 7 years, this Marxist utopia. But what the thing is, with so much resistance, with so much protests all around the world regarding the pandemic, and the liberties being taken down, taken away, the lockdowns, it's so easy to see from a biblical worldview how the rapture of the church will be the straw that broke the camel's back. And I want to call the rapture the perfect trump card. The rapture is God's trump card. And it's interesting that the scripture that talks about the rapture says that it'll be at the last trump. I think God has a sense of humor in the midst of all this seriousness, and that he says, okay, globalists, New World Order people, you want to have your New World Order. You want to have your Marxist utopia. You want to have an Antichrist run system. You want to be in complete control with depopulation and all of this stuff that's going on. Well, I'm going to give you what you want, just like Romans 1. Gives them over to what they want. And I think the rapture of the church, where the Christians are being taken out of the world, will be the perfect scenario, the perfect solution to give them the crisis that they need to implement everything that their heart desires. And so I just want to quick go over a few things just to show you why I believe that. So a lot of things are being talked about regarding lockdowns, travel bans, food shortages, starvation, people being forced to take the vaccine, potential EMP attacks or power outages. Again, I talked about a manufactured crisis, and we see an increase in violence, lawlessness, protests, racial debate. We see FEMA camps, holding camps, prison, COVID camps. Look at Australia right now. Look at what's happening in Australia right now. I don't need to say any more about that. Travel bans, restricted travel, vaccine passports, and of course, they want a great reset of the debt. They want all the world to consolidate its wealth. You have Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, the crash of the dollar. The hyperinflation going on in this country. Too much money chasing too few goods and services, right? And then we see mass death. They want depopulation, whatever it takes. So if you take everything I just told you regarding current events, and you take a rapture scenario, which will cause even more havoc to be brought upon this world, it takes you right into Revelation 6, where number one, the Antichrist is revealed. Number two, you see conflicts and war and peace is taken from the earth and people kill each other. And then you see number three, the third seal, which is famine, which is hyperinflation, high costs. And then you see number four, death in Hades, where a quarter of the earth, some 2 billion people, are killed with the sword, hunger, and death. Could it be that this pandemic is the cause of all this? Or again, another manufactured crisis? Then we see martyrs. We see mass persecution for those who don't want to go along, civil unrest, civil war. And of course, we see cosmic things happening, great earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, stars falling from the sky, that, all the things that are going to be talked about in the book of Revelation. But I say all that to say that look for the rapture to be God's trump card. When the globalists think they have everything going their way, God will just hand them over, like Romans chapter 1, slap his last trump card down, and thereby giving the globalist and the devil what he wants, his Antichrist system for 7 years. I will include within my video some things for you to take a look at and some links in my description page to something to consider, just to show you how close we are with the times. Again, redeem the time, for the days are evil. Share the gospel with as many people as you can. Alert your neighbors, your coworkers, your friends, your sphere of influence, everybody that you could think about the rapture and how soon it is and how it's just so ripe. It is so ripe to take place. I mean, it could happen any moment. It could happen any month. I would be surprised if the church is still here after 2021. I would be very surprised with how fast 2020 moved and how fast current events are moving in 2021.